ग्लोबल बसवा जयंती 2020 was observed on 26 April digitally. Baswa Jayanti marks the birth anniversary of Lord Baswana, the 12th century poet philosopher था ये, and the founding saint था लिंगायत faith का. Next, basic structure and केशवानंद भारती case. April 24, 1973. Chief Justice Sikri and 12 judges of the Supreme Court assembled to deliver the most important judgment in its history, the case of Kesavanand Bharati versus State of Kerala. By a 7-6 verdict, 13-judge constitution bench ruled that the basic structure of the constitution is inviolable and could not be amended by parliament. Next, what are the autonomous district council? As per 6th schedule, the four states Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura and Mizoram contain the tribal areas which are technically different from the scheduled areas. Though these areas fall within the executive authority of the state, provision has been made for the creation of the district council and regional council for the exercise of certain legislative and judicial powers. Next, Saudi Arabia has abolished flogging as a punishment for crime. Next, Unified Geological Map of the Moon. It is the first ever digital unified global geological map of the moon. It was released virtually by the United States Geological Survey, National Aeronautics and Space Administration, and the Lunar Planetary Institute. Next, the Curies have received a total of 4 Nobel Prizes, the highest won by a single family. Next, Rohtang Pass. It is a high mountain pass on the eastern Pir Panjal range of the Himalayas, around 51 km from Manali. It connects the Kullu Valley with the Lahaul and Spiti Valley of Himachal Pradesh. Manali Leh Highway, a part of NH21, traverses the Rohtang Pass. River Ravi rises west of the Rohtang Pass, रोहतांग के वेस्ट में से, in the Kullu Hills. Next, separatists in southern Yemen have declared self-rule, breaking a peace deal signed in November with the internationally recognized government. Yemen has been devastated by a civil war between the Houthis and the government-backed coalition. Next, Pitch Black 2020, Australia's multilateral air combat training exercise Pitch Black has been cancelled. Next, about CERT in the Indian Computer Emergency Response Team is a government-mandated information technology security organization. CERT-in was created by the Indian Department of Information Technology in 2004 and operates under the auspices of that department. Next, Arogya Setu app. The app enabled people to assess themselves the risk of their catching the coronavirus infection. Issues इस ऐप के साथ क्या है? It is people dependent. It needs widespread usage and self reporting to be effective. तभी ये काम का है. Next, diplomatic tension in the South China Sea. Dispute क्या था? In the past few years, China has stepped up military aggression and has created artificial islands for military and economic purposes in the South China Sea. This has drawn criticism from neighboring countries and other Western powers. साउथ चाइना सी ये वियतनाम फिलीपींस के बीच में, और ये ऊपर चाइना नीचे ब्रुनेई है. Why in news now? China's advent for island. Beijing unilaterally renamed 80 islands and other geographical features in the area, drawing criticism from the neighboring countries who have also laid claim to the same territory. The focus of Chinese acquisition attention is the two disputed archipelagos of the Spratly Islands and the Parcel Islands in the middle of the South China Sea water. ये है आपका पार्सल आइलैंड्स, ये आपका स्पार्टी आइलैंड. Spratly Islands are largely inhabited, there is a possibility that they may have large reserve of untapped natural resources. What is the Parcel Island dispute about? The Parcel Island dispute is slightly more complex. This archipelago is a collection of 130 islands and coral reef and is located in the South China Sea, almost equidistant from the China and Vietnam. चाइना और वियतनाम दोनों के बीच में है, से बराबर दूरी पर है. Beijing says that references to the Parcel Island as a part of China's sovereign territory can be found in 14th century writings from the Song dynasty. Vietnam, on the other hand, says that historical texts from at least 15th century show that the islands were a part of its territory. What is the most recent dispute about? Recent China established a new administrative district on both Spratly and Paracel Island. Next, what is deep fake? Cyber criminals use artificial intelligence software now easily available on apps and websites to superimpose a digital composite on to an existing video, photo or audio. They are computer generated images and वीडियोस. इसमें क्या करते हैं, पॉर्न बनाते हैं, शक्ल बदल देते हैं. नेक्स्ट, व्हाट आर द कैटफिश अकाउंट? अ कैटफिश अकाउंट इज सेट अप अ फेक सोशल मीडिया प्रोफाइल विद द गोल ऑफ ड्यूपिंग दैट पर्सन into falling for the false persona. Next, how the ozone layer hole over Arctic closed. Recently, the European Union's Copernicus Atmosphere Monitoring Service announced that a hole in the Arctic ozone layer, believed to be the biggest reported, has closed. The ozone hole's closing was because of a phenomenon called the polar vortex and not because of reduced pollution levels. The ozone hole is not really a hole, it refers to a region in the stratosphere where the concentration of ozone becomes extremely low in certain months. Ozone, made up of 3 oxygen atoms, occur naturally in a small amount, roughly 10 km to 40 km up in the atmosphere, the layer called the stratosphere. Next, Global Terrorism Index 2019. A report compiled by Niti Aayog has questioned the methodology adopted by an Australian-based institute to rank India as the 7th worst terrorism affected country. Global Terrorism Index report published annually by the Institute for Economic and Peace. Why such ranking matters? The positioning in the global indices impacted investment and other opportunities. Next, राजा रवि वर्मा, ये इंडियन पेंटर एक था. He is remembered for giving Indians their Western classical representation of Hindu god and goddesses. In 1904, the British colonial government awarded Raja Ravi Verma with the Kesare-Hind Gold Medal. Next, Indian Meteorological Department has released a new list of names of tropical cyclones over North Indian Ocean, including Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea. Cyclones are given many names in different regions of the world. They are known as typhoon in the China Sea and Pacific Ocean. टाइफून बोलते हैं चाइना सी और पैसिफिक ओशन रीजन में. हरिकेन्स बोलते हैं इन वेस्ट इंडियन आइलैंड्स इन द कैरिबियन सी एंड अटलांटिक ओशन में हरिकेन्स बोलते हैं इसको. टोर्नाडो बोलते हैं इन द जिनीवा लैंड ऑफ वेस्ट अफ्रीका एंड साउदर्न यूएसए. और विली विलीज बोलते हैं इन नॉर्थ वेस्टर्न ऑस्ट्रेलिया एंड ट्रॉपिकल साइक्लोन्स इन द इंडियन ओशन. अटलांटिक ओशन में तो बोलते हैं, यहाँ पे क्या बोलते हैं, हरिकेन है ना. और चाइना और पैसिफिक में बोलते हैं टाइफून. ऑस्ट्रेलिया के आसपास बोलते हैं विली विलीज. और टॉर्नेडो बोलते हैं वेस्ट अफ्रीका एंड साउदर्न यूएसए. Next, the government of India and the Asian Development Bank signed a 1.5 billion loan agreement for the Asian Development Bank COVID-19 Active Response and Expenditure Support Program (CARES program). The program will contribute directly to the improvement of access to health facilities and care, as well as social protection for more than 800 million people. India is at the lowest ranking countries of particular concern. Next, the 11th and first ever virtual Petersburg Climate Dialogue was held. Next, Ruhadhar. Ruhadhar. It is a low cost mechanical ventilator to fight against COVID 19 developed by IIT Bombay team. Cost इसकी आएगी 10,000 रुपये. Unique Identification Authority of India has permitted Common Service Center to author अच्छी बनाने के लिए. The gravitational wave observation at LIGO scientific collaboration have detected a merger of two unequal mass black holes. The event has been named as GWI 90412. G20 has launched Access to COVID-19 Tools Accelerator, an international initiative है ये to accelerate access to health tools needed to fight COVID-19. Next, the 11th session of Petersburg Climate Dialogue was held through video conferencing. Next, the RBI announced a special liquidity facility of 50,000 crore for mutual fund. Next, Saudi Arabia has ended the death penalty for crimes committed by minors. Next, robot named Nightingale 19 and Karmi bot are being used to provide food and medicines to COVID-19 patients in Kerala. Next, Uttar Pradesh has become the first state to have the requisite infrastructure in all its court for hearing cases through video conferencing. Next, Madhya Pradesh CM Shivraj Singh launched Jeevan Shakti Yojana. Under the scheme, women will prepare masks at home in the urban areas and earn profit and will be given rupees 11 per mask immediately. Next, Stockholm International Peace Research Institute released global military expenditure data that shows a rise of 3.6% in 2019. यूएस पहले नंबर पे है, चाइना दूसरे पे, इंडिया तीसरे पे. हेडक्वार्टर है अफ्रीका स्वीडन में 16. नेक्स्ट, वर्ल्ड डे फॉर सेफ्टी एंड हेल्थ इज सेलिब्रेटेड एवरी ईयर ऑन 28 अप्रैल. नेक्स्ट, पाकिस्तान क्रिकेट बोर्ड बैन्स बैट्समैन उमर अकमल को बैन कर दिया है. नेक्स्ट, मिडिल डिस्टेंस रनर झूमा खातून को बैन किया है 4 साल के लिए. नेक्स्ट, आसाम गवर्नर जगदीश मुखी टेक्स चार्जेस ऑफ बोडोलैंड टेरिटोरियल काउंसिल. नेक्स्ट, इंडियन इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ दिल्ली हैज़ डेवलप्ड अ वेब बेस्ड डैशबोर्ड फॉर ट्रैकिंग एंड प्रिडिक्टिंग द स्प्रेड ऑफ COVID-19 इन इंडिया. प्रकृति लॉन्च किया है उन्होंने. प्रकृति मतलब प्रोडिक्शन एंड असेसमेंट ऑफ कोरोना इन्फेक्शन एंड ट्रांसमिशन इन इंडिया डैशबोर्ड. किसने? IIT दिल्ली ने. नेक्स्ट, नोकिया एंड एयरटेल साइंस डील टू बूस्ट नेटवर्क कैपेसिटी एंड कस्टमर एक्सपीरियंस.